if you are going to make any kind of hard cheese, you need to know how to cut the curds. And today we happen to be making cheddar, and the milk has been sitting with the culture and the rennet for the time indicated in the recipe, and now it is time to cut the curds because we have a solid mass of curd here. So Mike, can you kind of like show how it's a solid mass of curds? Oh, right. Show for a clean break. See that when you can stick the knife in there and move it from side to side, and it's not filling back in. It's a clean break, and that liquid in between the curd there is whey. So to cut the curds, first you cut in one direction. You go all the way top to bottom. They do make fancy curd cutting knives, but we just use a bread knife and it works fine. You don't need to have a serrated blade or a sharp blade. And really those cheese cutting knives or curd cutting knives, it honestly just looks like a giant spatula to me, like the kind that people use to frost cakes. It just is a big long blade that's not sharp on either side. So once you've got it cut all the way across on one side, then you're going to cut all the way across at 90 degrees. And the distance between your cuts is going to depend on the cheese that you're making. So for example, if you're making feta, it would be an inch between cuts. What is the distance on this, Mike?
About half an inch, I think.
Yeah, so for cheddar, it's half an inch. And the reason that they're different is because the smaller the curds, the more whey that will be released from those curds, and the drier the cheese will be. So that's the easy part. You do your up and down cuts all the way, both horizontally, vertically, and then what you get is the recipes will tell you that you need to cut, actually you have to cut horizontally. And some people will actually kind of go at it diagonally with their knife, which we used to do that too, and now we just use a spoon. Like I said, you don't need a blade to do this. And so just using a large industrial style kitchen spoon works great. And the goal here is ultimately to wind up with whatever size curd the recipe says. So if the recipe says half inch or an inch, then you're just gonna keep at it until you've got a bunch of little pieces that are a half inch or an inch. And then as they sit, they're gonna release whey and they will shrink and get even smaller. So see how like when Mike gets a big piece, he just stabs it with the spoon and that slices it more.
I'm basically just very gently taking the spoon all the way to the bottom and trying to pull up those big chunks that I couldn't quite get the spoon down all the way to the bottom nice and evenly. And the key here is gentle. The harder you stir, the easier it is to break them up.
Yeah, and you don't want to completely break them up because then you'll just have a big mess on your hands. If it gets too small, then the curds will not release the whey properly. And that's really it. It is not hard at all to cut the curds. And a lot of recipes like the cheddar after this, you're gonna let it sit for a while, you're gonna stir it for a while. And then basically just follow the rest of the directions in whatever your recipe is. That's it. Have fun.